your seven-figure doula whisperer. And tonight we have Chat Bout again, where we transform lives one conversation at a time. I have four beautiful sisters here with me today, and oh my God, I'm so excited. So I'm going to introduce Sebrena, and then you ladies can do a quick introduction of yourselves. Is that okay? That cool?
Yes.
We good?
Yes.
Cool. So we're thrilled to have Sebrena, and like I said, three other beautiful ladies here with us. And Sebrena is an award-winning entrepreneur, empowerment coach, and the visionary behind Global Sister Speak Network, which is dedicated to helping women worldwide to embrace their authenticity and thrive in business. She's also recognized as one of Atlanta's top 25 women in business and recently honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award by dear President Joe Biden. Sebrena brings a wealth of knowledge and passion to today's discussion. So we'll dive into the art. Tonight we're going to dive into the heart of networking, which is very, very important for all business, right? The power of leveraging connections and how to strategic partnership. And then that can drive growth and success. So let's get ready to uncover the powerful insights on how to leverage our connections and take our business to the next level. So whether you're in the maternal health community, because you know I'm passionate about that, I have to put that in there, or any other industry that you're driven by passion and purpose, this episode is for you. So thank you so much, Sebrena, and we want to take it from there so each person can introduce themselves quickly, and we can get started.
Yeah, go ahead, ladies.
So who want to go first?
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Shauna Lee, and I am a mentor coach for teachers. I've been in education for over 20 years. I've done education from preschool all the way up to adult education, and right now I love being a part of the Global Sister Speak Network because we really get to connect as sisters, and as Sebrena said, we are a village. We support each other, and we collaborate, and we connect up.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you for your service.
Hi,
Next person.
Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Michelle. I'm actually from Toronto, Canada, and I'm new to the group. I have a small business back at home. I'm here to get some help with networking, learn as much as I can in the industry, and hopefully pursue what I really want to do and grow.
Okay, welcome from Toronto. You know, they say it's Global Sisters,
Yes,
so
it is.
we're all over.
Yes.
So next person.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Alexander Johnson. I'm also Sabrena's cousin, and just wanted to be here to lend support. I am a part of the Global Sisters Speak Network. I'm a phenomenal group of women doing great things, fellowshipping and networking with each other. Sebrena will elaborate more on our upcoming event, but I'm just happy to be here to help promote this. And also to give a shout out to myself. My birthday tomorrow. I'll be in the house, and I'm a Scorpio sister. So
yeah.
we're happy to be here. We
Good.
appreciate you letting us be on your show.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
where's home for you?
I live here.
Okay.
She's visiting, but I do live here.
Oh, you live here,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm, Guyanese by way of Britain and everything
Oh,
else. So.
Global.
Yes, I'm a global sister. Yes.
Global. Well, thank you
yes.
so much for coming, and also thanks for be willing to come on my show. I appreciate it. To be blessed with four wonderful sisters.
Yes. Thank you
Is
for having
Candy
us.
able to say anything? Are you working, Candy? Yeah, she's working. Says she's working.
Oh, because Candy's part of Global
Yes,
Sisters also.
yes.
So Candy, you want to take a minute
Yes.
to say something?
Yeah. Candy's
She's
our
she's
director.
a behind the scenes
Yes,
sister.
she's
Behind the
our
scenes
Ooh,
sister.
child, I'm
Director.
telling you.
I know.
I just love it.
At Global.
Yes.
You know, I just love it because women, we are just so flexible. We just can do so many things. We wear so
Adaptable.
many hats. And like I said on the show earlier, it's just embraced and it's just so powerful when we can just nudge on each other and lean on each other and
We need
pull
that support.
resources out
Yes.
of each other. And like Sebrena said, there's no competition. The table is big enough for all of us to eat.
Yes. True
So-
definition of a village.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So stay tuned, guys.
Yes.
Sister Circle has a lot more to come.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
I just love the word the village.
Yes.
With me being in that maternal space, we always say it takes a village to grow a
Yes.
child, but it takes a village to run a business.
Yes. I mean, you remember growing up, well, I know Jamaicans say parish, and
District,
I
community.
Yes. I remember a shop in my village Do you know I went home 2019 for a long time, and his daddy passed on, and he still runs that shop.
Of course.
And I'm going to shout you out because some of the folks going to be tuning in from
Yeah.
Ghana. They tuned in on there, and his name is Bozy. We call him Bozy. You know, something you don't know the real name.
Right. Hey.
And I was so full. And he's up in age, and I said, oh my God, you continued what your daddy left. And everybody can go to that shop still, you know?
Takes a
and
village.
get what they want.
Takes a
And that's
village.
when I talk about this village. I remember, you know, if you come home early from school and your mother in there, you go your neighbor and she can give you a little food till your grandmother
Yes.
who raised me while my mother was in America. Come home. You
You
can
know, as you
relate.
said that, I went home for Christmas last year, and my mother and I was on the waterfront, and my mother kept saying to me, Candy, I know this little boy. He was selling coconut at the beachfront. And my mother said, aren't your name Darnell? And he said, no, ma'am. My mother said, yes. And then he thought about it. He said, you know what, ma'am? You used to give me breakfast and lunch every morning before I went to school.
Same story.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Same story.
Wow.
One of my schoolmates, she lived way down from where the school is. And my grandma said, for lunch, let you come eat lunch. No relation, but that's the village.
That's it.
Right?
Yes.
That's the village. The village can come whoop you too.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And that's not a problem, right? We have so many stories of the village. So when I started this, I immediately went back there. I thought of the women from all these different countries and islands. And that's why I call it the global village of women, because I know you all will be able to relate in your own way of what that village did for you. We are all here in this
Yeah.
country. And I said, don't forget what the village did for you. Don't change, don't change. Right? Because your mother, you know, as grown as I am, you think I can curse in front of my mother?
absolutely
No. Right?
Right.
So even if how much picnic you got, as they would say, the respect
Yes.
is still there. And I just came back from Guyana. Shauna was there. We went for a conference. And when I landed, you know, my cousin, he's driving me. And I went to the street I was born in. And we didn't remember if it's the right street. Everything looked
A change
different.
of course.
We see men
Yeah.
working. I say, is this Middle Street? They work. They don't live there. They say, I don't know. Somebody says, somebody got to tell me if me in the right street. And I had passed the place where I was born because it don't look the
Yeah.
same. And there's a bridge. And I told him, I said, cousin, if we come to the end of the bridge, then you pass
Pass
my
it.
house. And then I started to cry because I literally passed where I used to live, where I was
didn't
born, where the
recognize.
neighbor's string cut.
Yes.
Didn't
And I didn't
recognize it.
realize I flew past that street. So I'll be back next year. But I had to tear up a bit as he's driving past. I'm looking, everybody's all grown, they're not there. And new people are in the village. So
New buildings.
me and her brother was in the same, as we call it, in the same crib, right? From that same street.
Yes.
So I come here and I said, America will never change me and conform me. I will adapt best I can, but I will
Right.
never forget what
we
my
came
village
from.
did for me.
Absolutely.
The village. Yep.
Yeah. So
That's so important.
yes. So,
Can't forget our roots, man.
no,
At all, at all, at all.
Cannot. So, I know you've been all over. Your journey as an entrepreneur has spanned multiple fields, from TV and radio to empowerment coaching. So, can you share what initially inspired you to start the Global Sister Speak Network?
I'll tell you, it was easy. I've been to so many. And one of the things I will say, because I'm going to drop nuggets as I'm talking, you go to a networking event and you think you know what you want. And so many things are happening at the same time.
So fast.
And right, very fast. And I'll say this, you ain't going to take everybody home.
No.
The other thing is, other people will eliminate themselves quickly for you, which will help you. Because I think some of us really think that we are supposed to connect and with a whole bunch of people, and it doesn't work that way, right? It's called sorting. When you get there, you're sorting. And they're sorting you as well, because they ain't going to take you home either, right? And so as I went to all these women's networking events, I was gathering information because I knew what I would want if I were to start one, because it wasn't something that was far-fetched for me. I knew it would happen, it's just when.
Right.
So 5 years ago, it was a thought, and it became a reality March of 2024. But guess what I'd done in the meantime? I had already gotten some of them.
Yes.
I'd already formed those relationships, built those relationships authentically. And I says, I'll just make the call and let's see who comes.
Wow.
Because I knew now I had to implement what I've gotten thus far. Now, we're coming down to a ball, but they haven't really seen everything. And here's the thing. I'm only one person. So what am I going to do? As they come and we build, they are going to bring. We're not going to extract. They're going to bring, and we will sow together. See, that's the part where people forget. It's about sowing. I am not going to take from you. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring, I'm going to marry. We all are going to marry what we have. Because at the end of the day, you cannot do this thing alone.
Nope.
It does take the village. It takes a village mindset. And it takes the removal of the jealousy and all of the other negative things we know can occur. Especially when they say these women come together.
Wow.
But we are going to really remind women who are watching and listening what it takes to build your empire, to build your dream, and build all these things you want, because we're going to show you how it's done. When we come on our Zooms, I know we come on when you have your show on Thursdays, but you always tell me, Sebrena, send me something, and I'm going to send you some of the taped ones, because the women, when they come on there, it's something different every time. And some of them are new, and we have a program that we follow, right, to have consistency there. And you'll be surprised, well, I don't have anything. And they'll come back on, well, I got something.
Wow.
Because my goal and our goal is to remind you that you have something. I don't care which environment is not allowing you to make it grow, but we are going to make sure it grow and it becomes a thing, and now you're going to be able to share that thing with no excuses, because the thing about being accountable to your sisters is to remind them of what they say they're going to do.
Yeah.
Right? So this is not going to be stifled. So if things are moving, right, you ain't got no choice but to move with it.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So I don't want to go too far, but just to put that in perspective.
Well, thank you so much for that. I know networking is very important to you, and that's a very big focal point. So give me at least one strategy that you would suggest for making a meaningful connection when we walk into this room. You know, sometimes we're introverts, right? Or we might be suffering from imposter syndrome. Yeah. So what's one tip that we could leave with tonight to say, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do to make that meaningful connection?
Well, I'll use my experience because everybody will have a different one. I want to say something Magic Johnson said. A lot of times when we have a thing, we are not the speaker. We may have somebody else who is a talker. And I said, if you're going to an event and you're not a talker, this is tip one, and you're not a talker and you have someone that is on the same journey with you, let them be the talker. Because you had the idea, you have deep pockets, right? You have this vision, but you have a talker. And I'm going to tell you something what that does. The second time around, you then says, wait a minute, I wanted to. So I learned that along the ways. I am a talker, but I'm not always a talker because I'm also listening.
Right.
And it's not about just giving you everything at the same time. You don't give the whole thing away. You are still trying to sort out some things. So if I engage with you, Rosalee, in a networking event, you may say, this is what I do. I'll ask you what you do. I'm not about to force feed you what I do.
Exactly.
I will
not all about you.
It's not all about you. I will give
Exactly.
you just as much as you give me. But if I see you are rattling off everything, that's a sign for me.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have people who go, who needs a number and to move $1. That don't always work.
It doesn't always have to be transactional.
And it doesn't have to be Thank you for saying that.
Yes.
That was my point of getting it. Because I still ain't know everything about what you got. How I know it's going to incline with what I am doing. So it takes steps in learning how to network. So I said, don't force the issue, please. If you go the first time and it's not for you, you'll know.
Right.
But there's others.
I always say, you know, what's in it for, what is in it for the person?
Right.
Because it's like you say, it's not always about you. Right? You can't just meet someone and like, okay, I do this. It's like, oh my God, what do you do? How can I help you? How can I serve you?
Yes.
How can I be a resource to you? But for some people, it's just all about.
Well, remember, you have something called network marketing. I've been in that. And I actually train a lot of people on it because they weren't doing it correctly and they weren't benefiting from it. And I always say at the end of the day, if it's about $1 for you, it won't get you that far because you're just one person.
One person.
The thing about the word network marketing, you're building a network of people with the like minds. So when you all gather and build, that helps to push the needle forward in getting the money that you want to get collectively.
Yeah.
So don't try, they said, if you want to go fast, go by yourself.
Yeah.
That's going fast. But if you want to go farther, you get the like minds. Because when we are all on the same page, we all are benefit. One of the things I do is business build when you're in my network. Because I know I'm here, but I have to build from here. And I have to teach you and show you how we're going to build this village.
Right.
See, that's what's happening here. Together. That's what's happening here. And I'll wait for the rest of the questions because at the end of this, I will tell you what Atlanta and the rest of the community will see come December 6th.
Come December 6th. I can't wait to hear that.
Yes.
So leveraging connection can be a game changer for growth, right?
Yes.
So how do you recommend professionals turn their network into a thriving support system?
Well, here is the thing. You said thriving support system?
Yes.
Do you know how much I had to, and again, this is why they dubbed me Atlanta's #1 networker. Because there's some things I just didn't know. And when I built the system, I'm going to tell you something. I had other people in other systems came over to my system because they saw what I was truly doing. And when they realized, and I said, wait a minute, don't get me in trouble now just because, because I was doing it a different way. I used to host events in brick and mortar intentionally. My travel business wasn't just any place. If I knew you had a brick and mortar, I'm coming there. And so when people saw me build outside communities, not just the people in my network, they're like, what is she doing? There was a reason for that. I know I had something. But I wanted the community to be a part of the something and for me to know what they do as well. So corporate had a problem with me because I wasn't following their protocol on how to do my networking. And that's how I built and made very good money.
Right.
Because I brought the community into my world. Well, when you bring the community in, they didn't feel left out.
Right.
Then I already had my growing community. I merged those two together.
Wow.
I then had people saying, I want to be on her team. Because they saw where everybody was making money because of my strategy of bringing in communities, allowing them to speak of what they have. And then I said, well, okay, it's my turn. Let me tell you what I have. And I was on full display. It's a technique that everybody doesn't know how to do, but because I was already in the community. So and this is where that village thing is coming from. I already knew I had to engage my community. I didn't just want to bring something and sell it to them, right? So it's a technique. Not everybody can do it.
That's true.
But it takes patience, and I don't expect a yes from everybody either. So we got to get over a lot of
authenticity.
Right?
You have to be
so
authentic.
it's parts
real.
to it.
Yes.
And I know we talk about me coming back and really diving in some more about that. But thank you for asking that question. And some people are new to it. And it's frightening.
Right.
Right? But I've been in a lot of spaces and I'm comfortable to say I did this thing too many times over. And I'm glad that I'm able to share and that you are able to be receiving and soaking that information in.
Oh, thank you for having me in your space. I feel very privileged to be in your space.
Well, I met you the first time I heard you speak. Here's the other thing. When you're in a room, when people speak, there's something there, and I see this for you. I saw it for you, I should say.
Thank you.
Because I said, wow. Because you made me say, wow, when you finished speaking. And I knew
We'll tell
we were gonna
Alderine
connect.
that. We'll tell Alderine that. We'll definitely give that bigger up for that.
Yes.
So what advice would you give to someone like me who's looking to expand into the global industry? I'm passionate about the maternal community. And it's
because
like
you did
hot
tell
right
me.
that. But
Because you have been in that one space, Rosalee. So now we have to get you in other spaces. At the end of the day, if you were to look on Facebook right now, you'll see several networking events. You'll see the ones, you're in my group. You see I post things in there. And I have so many that I post, but I tell people, go. and you'll know if you're one with something. But you have to build through the networking aspect of it. You can't be at home.
No.
You can't say, oh, I'm open and, I'll just do it virtually. The thing about face-to-face networking, it really shows how authentic you are
Yes.
and how true you are to what you have and
When
how
you show up.
when you
How
show
you
up,
have to show up.
and how comfortable you are talking about what you have. Because you're going to reach people who make you uncomfortable, but you keep it moving, right? Because when you go in, as I said, when I went in, it's a buffet, right? I know some people say, well, yeah, I do eat everything off the buffet. No, you don't eat everything off the buffet. So you're going to decipher which is coming to you in this authentic space. It won't be everybody, because everybody's not there for the same thing. But I will tell you, you have to expand your network. I was at a conference with Sir Richard Branson. Y'all know him. Look him up. And he said every month you must leave your home and go drive 50 miles out, and you'll be surprised who and what you meet.
Wow.
Well, I was already doing it when he told me that. I was in Chicago. How did I get to that conference? It costs well over $20,000, but I have a mutual friend who is high in space, and he called me one day and said, Sebrena, are you busy? I thought he meant Atlanta. I didn't know he meant Chicago. And I said, no, because you don't say no to influential people.
Yeah, I know that.
You said where
You make it,
and when.
you make it work. You find a way.
I find a way.
Find a
I
way.
bought my ticket and I got a free entry on that platform. I will never forget this
Yeah.
because these are things I use in my speeches. So Richard Branson, Damon John, Ashton Kutcher. Those people
Wow.
were on the panel that I had front seat to. And they all had one common thing that they stated. The key to leveraging and elevating what you have is to meet people. And meet people who are smarter than you,
Yes.
who got more than you,
Yes.
and how by any
Yes.
means you can get into those
Yes.
spaces, get into those
spaces.
spaces.
Yep.
Because remember, those people have more than one businesses. They don't
can
have
learn
them by
something from them.
accident.
Yep.
And they leverage people to run their businesses. You're not talking to them every day.
No. So when
But-
you do get a chance to
so
be in
when
front
you
of
do
them,
get a chance, right.
Yes.
So many of us will sit here and says, I'm a serial entrepreneur. Well, how are they being sustained? Right? You're just one person. Now, what do you have to do? You got to find like minds.
Yes.
You got to find people who are one with your vision. Because at the end of the day,
Yes, that's
if something
important.
goes down, you got to be able to answer.
Right.
If somebody says, I tried to get into Rosalee's conference, I couldn't even get anybody on the phone. Where is the disconnect?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
a whole
Yeah.
other topic.
I know.
But all
And
of that,
that's right up my alley because that's
Yes.
where my other part of my
Yes.
business come in.
And I
we
told
make
you,
sure
right.
that you know how to delegate.
Yes.
But before you know to delegate, you have to know to build a team.
yes, and this is where, let me tell you, that vision of yours, it's your baby, and you have to make sure whoever signs on, they got to pass that test. You don't have time to put out fire every day.
No, I can't.
So
I'm beyond that now.
Yeah.
I'm
So
beyond that now.
you're good where you are with us, and we will lead you into other areas. But at the end of the day, 7 days in a week, out of that 7 days, you have to network a minimum at
7
least.
days.
Yeah. I
For real.
I was never home.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah.
My husband, thank God, he said
Yeah.
my mother taught me how to cook. Sabrina was never home to cook. But I had to dig that ditch, y'all. I was never home. I don't know how I did it in corporate,
Right.
radio, speaking, all of this. But I've built that enough
Yeah.
where I don't have to do it as much, but I
No,
still have
right.
to do it. But I know now how to take these global sisters and implement all that I've learned along the ways. And some of them are coming with their own experiences, but then some are very new to
Right.
it. So it will take that extra time away from the job, away from the family, and so into yourself.
Yep. Entrepreneurship is not a 9 to 5.
No.
It's not for the faint of heart. And if you are an entrepreneur, thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, you have to get over that 9 to 5 mentality because it's not going to work.
I had one foot in, one foot out, and I said either they're going to let me go or I'm going to let them go,
Yeah.
and they let me go. And it was fine because I was already building.
Right.
So a lot of people will probably
Yeah.
say, I can relate to that. How you do it? I say it's either they're
Yeah.
gonna fire me or I'm gonna fire
Right.
them. So
Yep.
one had to go.
Yeah. And we're not saying, leave your job.
No, no.
Make sure that you're using your job. I always tell my people in my coaching, my clients, use your job as an investor.
Yeah, yeah. Listen,
That's what you have to do.
and you're learning every day because
Yes.
I've lost and I've won.
Yeah.
And I've lost again and I won again.
Yeah.
That's the thing about what people don't understand. This is not always getting ready to be nice and easy.
No. And that's what people see on social media and thinking that this is it. No. There are days when I cry myself to bed,
Yes.
cry myself to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get up some days, but hey, life goes
it's
on.
on.
You get over the early, get over the challenges, and you keep going. And that's what builds you as a person.
Yeah.
You know, that's what builds your testimonies.
And you have some women who are willing to share.
Yes. And those are the ones you
And
want to
those are the
surround
ones,
yourself
yes.
with. You know, my prayer every day is like, God, please send me the people that you want to be my circle and gracefully remove the one you don't.
If I didn't tell you this, and when I met Sean, I told her, I said, listen, I'm used to running. I'm used to going to events without my car. Once my car can go, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I've been in my car where my AC went out. I didn't care. I went. So there are groups that I have for you, and I think I told you, I said, you're going, because I told you you need to go, right? And you'll be surprised what you meet.
Yeah.
And you, again, some of these women I've been knowing for a very long
Long
time.
time.
Some are coming. I've reconnected with them, and they'll be coming December 6th.
Sixth.
And men, there's been a lot of men I've had great relationships with,
Yeah.
and they're coming as well.
Takes
So
a village, man. It takes a village. I always say that, I always believe in the saying, change your network to change your net worth. You have
Absolutely.
to. You can't stuck with the same people. It's not like you're leaving anybody behind, but hey, you ain't coming, I can't keep bringing you. You know, I'm going to
Because
share with
you
you, but I'm going to have
cannot-
to move.
You
I'm going to
cannot
have to move.
allow, and I'll say it, there's some that's just going to sink your ship.
Yes.
Now, you can choose to allow them to do that, or you be gracious and say, I will love you from afar, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of things are having to, it has to change. If you want what you say you want,
Yeah.
goodbye is a word you
Yeah.
better learn,
Yes. Yep.
right?
For real.
It's all
And not
good.
everybody's going to be a partner.
No.
So
No.
growing and scaling with partnership
Yes.
is essential.
Yes.
So what are the key factors to consider when choosing the right partner?
How long when you met them and how long they've been there and in what capacity. You know, if you are shifty with me, as my husband said, what is the word he uses? Oh my God, he's from the country. It's a word that they use in the country. I can't think of it right now.
Wishy-washy?
But- No. That's we. That's we. He's American.
Oh, he's American.
And my husband has
You
been.
should know that. Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's not. It's another one.
Okay.
Fickle.
Fickle. Okay.
That's the word. I was trying
If you're
to
fickle.
find a word.
Okay.
And my husband has been on my journey, and there are women that can come in my house now still. And what did I say? Been on my journey since 2011. So what am I talking about? Endurance, loyalty. Me and you ain't never had a fight. Me and you ain't never had a fallout. Nobody didn't tell me or talk about me. Now my accent coming out.
I know. Hey, I got you.
It's a lot.
Yes.
And I am honored to say I have still a bunch of those women.
That's important.
And men, right? So again, you're building a partnership. You can't get into feelings. This ain't personal. We are
business.
building here,
It's business.
right? Because when you feelings come into play, this whole thing mash up. So I can't. You have got to remove all of those things.
Yes.
And if you're gonna go into it, you got to let's do a contract. I'm sorry. Sometimes
Yeah,
it takes
you have
that.
to. You have to. It's business.
It takes that.
It's business.
So, my dear, a lot of that has to happen for you to see how far this thing is going.
Right.
Because I am not about to put all my strength in here and then you come in with half. It don't work that way.
I can't give 100% and you only giving 50.
Because some
Yeah.
people will know your strength and say, oh,
Yeah.
I'm a latch on over here. We
Right.
ain't got to do too much.
Right.
We can talk all day about
Right.
this because I've been there,
I
done
know.
that.
Personal experience.
Yeah.
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 For me, one of the things I always look for is to make sure that the person share your vision and mission. That's important.
Yes.
They have to share your vision
Be one
and your
with it.
mission for your business.
And be able to talk just like you. You know,
Yeah.
the thing about also a vision.
They have to know more
You've
than me.
seen Olivia Pope put out fires, right, on the show. And one of the things is, God forbid you're not in a space and something goes wrong. That person should be a mini me, a mini you, or whatever you want
Right.
to call it, and be able to say, I know how Rosalee would handle this. I need to handle it the same exact way. right? So it's a lot riding on this vision. And it's a lot riding, and if something goes wrong, can you handle it? Be prepared,
Right.
because all businesses don't have everything. Don't be smooth. The work that goes into it and sustaining it and
Yes.
maintaining it
Yes.
and carrying it past 3, 4, 5, 6 years, it's a lot. Not if something go wrong, you're ready to jump ship. So you talk about some people in partnerships. There's a lot of people we know right now that told you they've lost
Everything because of partnership.
because of partnership. But you can't do it alone. And some people say, I'm
Yeah.
fine by myself. No, you
No,
ain't.
no,
You still will need somebody to help move your
Yeah.
vision
Right.
and carry it
Yeah.
over that threshold.
Unless you're not planning on growing and scaling your business. If
Yeah,
you're
no.
comfortable and it's just
Yes.
you, then
Yes.
that's different. But if
But
you're
guess
gonna
what?
have
If you have a company, don't you need somebody call employees? They're all part of that vision. You're not
Yeah.
there answering the phone.
No.
You're not
You
there
shouldn't
bringing
be.
in the mail.
You shouldn't be.
But and remember that show? What is it? That show with the boss come and he was disguising himself? What was that show?
the undercover boss. Undercover boss.
That is a prime example to see if these people are going to adhere
Yeah.
and follow through with your vision.
That's true.
And I'd seen Golden Cross on there, right? And you had some people on there ain't doing right, and other companies. And when they revealed themselves, they had to what? Fire some people
Yeah.
because they were not doing his vision that he cast
Yes.
or she cast for them. So this business thing ain't that easy, honey.
Nope.
Isn't that easy?
It's not for everybody.
No.
Everybody
And
want to
when
know
you
what boss
become-
feel, but hey,
Right.
they don't have they don't
And-
have the guts.
And we have seen it along the ways. I've seen it along
Yeah.
the ways with so many things. So,
I have too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna shift gear a little,
Yes.
talk about something, a little more, give you some encouragement and congratulations, because you have been recognized as one of Atlanta's top businesswomen. What specific challenges have you faced, and how did networking really help you to overcome those challenges?
At first, I thought everybody would like what I had to say. My husband said this because he's a protector. When he came to my events, he didn't want me to acknowledge him as my husband. I didn't know why until I got home. And he said, "Don't think everybody like you." I'm dropping nuggets here.
Wow.
And I said, he said, "Everybody don't like you." My husband was
So he was the undercover.
My husband is and still is the undercover person in my brand. Only some people know him. And because he's been there, done that.
Right.
So I would be so excited. And I was thinking everybody will tell me yes. See, that was the beginning stage. And I didn't know because I'm so jolly and I was casting this vision
Wow.
and it hurt. And he said, get over it and put on your big granny drawers.
Bigger panties.
And bigger panties. And he said, yeah, so keep doing what you're doing. He said, but you're going to learn. You're going to bump your head and you're going to learn.
Wow.
And out of that came many. And some were in my home and he was said, I ain't feeling that one. I ain't feeling that one. I feel the energy.
He can
But
map them
guess
out.
what? Guess who wasn't feeling the energy? I wasn't
Yeah.
feeling the energy.
But
I
you're
didn't
just
know that.
giving.
I was just
yeah.
giving. And I've given so much.
Yeah.
And some people tell me they couldn't even pay me $10 to come to a networking event. And I said, I still wanted you there. Yet I would see them having dinner that cost way more than $10. I have stories.
Yeah.
And I'm telling the stories because some of you are running into the same exact thing right now. See, this don't get old. It's just another day.
Yeah.
Same story, a different era, right?
So with all these accolades and achievement and everything that you have accomplished, how do you stay motivated?
Well, I think because I've done so much and so much has come, I feel like I'm not even doing anything because I know I'm not where I want to be. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
But what motivates me is because I still haven't done some things. So things are still swirling in you to say, you ain't got there yet, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I am not at where I want to
wanna
be.
be.
This is just another chapter in this book of my life that I'm writing. And so are other people.
Yeah.
The end is not there yet. So that's what keeps me going. And this Global Sister Speak put a smile on my face. I even told I said, girl, I don't know why I'm starting this for. But I knew it wasn't me. It was something bigger than me. And I go along with it.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it because I'm meeting a I'm meeting some women that needed to be got.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
you know,
Yes. Yes. Speak
and
it, sister.
we're
Speak
gonna
it.
again. I think some people are watching, and they're trying to
But that's okay.
figure out if it's for them, and
Yeah,
that's fine.
that's fine.
But and again, all of the stories and the lifestyle that people will hear, they will say, okay, I can relate to Rosalee. I can relate to Deborah. I can relate to Michelle. I can relate to Shauna. I can relate to Candy. And they were like, they're all part of me.
Yeah.
See, that's the big reveal. December
Wow.
6th. Yeah.
So looking forward, you talk about everything that you've envisioned, and even question why you're even doing this, right? But we know that it's not you. If it was up to you, you wouldn't even be doing it. Because with everything else you have going on,
Yeah.
I don't even know how you find time to do it.
Yeah.
So what's your vision going forward? Where would you like to see the global sister, and just being in that space where you're helping women, business women connect? What's your vision other than what we have coming up
Right.
on? You hear me say we?
Yeah,
What we
yes.
have coming up on December 6th.
Well,
that you're going to
outside-
reveal more.
Yeah, outside of America and back to a small village, to a small girl. I think that would be the full circle. To have someone says, I am from a village, and she's speaking to me. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I need a sister from one of those countries, and that will take me back to a parish, a St. Andrews, if you will, a Shortville, right? Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
So I want that village word to come full circle for a little girl looking at the global sisters and says, she's speaking just like me. She's sung just like me.
Wow.
She's doing the things I'm doing. Fetching water on my head, got my little accent, playing in my schoolyard, right? So it's much bigger than us. And all of the women, they're coming with, like I said, I get goosebumps when I hear some of the things they're doing. And so I want some of them to say, like Shauna here, she'll be talking about the girls that she's empowering right now. So, yeah.
Well, that's
But
awesome.
the village, we
Yeah.
will get, and I know, and I don't know if she's on here. I can check and see if one of my sister is watching us from Guyana, from one of the village that I was, that I grew up in. So it's a good thing to see.
I know.
Because you don't know who's hearing you. The
That's
thing
true.
about media now, everybody's got a phone.
Yeah.
Somebody's hearing what I'm saying. When I went to the business investment conference called Destination Guyana now, last year we were on the radio. And I knew the conference was for a select group of people. But when I got on there to say something, I'm the MC for the event, I only knew how to talk in powering words. Next thing, the phone is blowing up. Oh, I can come, I got a vision.
Wow.
I was just talking.
Just having that platform where they
Just
can
having
just
the platform.
Yeah.
Because the thing about giving information, you cannot take it away when you give it out. Those people retain that.
Yes.
And they may not be able to use it right away, but at least it's there for
There.
them to use when it's that time. So words are indeed powerful.
It sure
Yeah.
is. So before we get off, I want to give you some time to talk about the ball.
Yeah. And I want some of the ladies to
Yeah.
talk about their platform. I know some of them, will say, like my cousin, and I want my cousin to say really what she does. Because
Come on,
she's
talk.
supporting.
Yeah.
So let's start with Shauna. We'll come back to Candy. Let's start with
Yeah.
Shauna and her role and, her platform.
Okay.
You want to put the mic?
That one,
or,
okay.
or this one work?
Or-
Okay. Yeah.
I am Shauna Lee, as I mentioned earlier before. My business is Prism of Transformation, a transformative thought movement and global education enterprise. My focus is really education for young women between the ages of 18 and 35. And I really want them to get to the point where they not just live a legacy, but not just leave a legacy, but live their legacy. And I want through the education and inspiration that I provide for them in education, I want them really to know that they are here to thrive, not just survive, and give them the tools that they need and empower them to make a difference for their children.
Yeah. That's amazing. Okay. Next lady, Miss Toronto, Miss Ontario, Miss Canada.
Yes, basically I'm just new to this. I started a online business. I do hair bonnets, loungewear.
Okay.
I now extended to hair oil, edge control gel, and I also do little event decor for kids' birthday parties, do treats and stuff like that. So I'm trying to build and network in order to build my brand.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing. And my business is Tender Collections, and that's what it is.
Okay, so you're in the right place.
Yes.
So are you online?
You have online.
Okay, it's an online store?
Yes.
Okay, so how can people find your store?
Tender, Tender. On IG is Tender Collections VIP.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Miss
Thank you.
Educator. Yeah.
And again, my name is Deborah Alexander Johnson. I am part of the Global Sisters Network, as I said before. I don't have a business per se that I'm promoting, but we can't all be in the business. Some of us have to be behind the scenes supporting.
It's true, support, yes, that we all need the support. Yeah.
Supporting
Yeah.
where we can.
Yes.
But also, being part of the fellowship, networking, if you need, eventually I might need a service that one of you has.
Right.
And then I can
Right.
connect with my sisters and, do that. But I'm a pharmacist, a profession, and one of my sisters may need my services. So it might not be my business. I work for a hospital, but who knows, I might be able to do some consulting, services later on. And,
Okay,
Absolutely.
Okay?
yep.
So thanks for having us on. Here's Ken.
Miss Candy? Yes, ma'am. I'm going to leave you out. You're part of the circle.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know me here for Curb and Life Radio, but outside of that, I do have a custom theme apparel, hashtag do it for the culture. So what I do, I'm pushing that brand to express yourself, your culture, and custom theme. I do hats, shoes,
Cool.
cups, bags, T-shirts, from every genre of diaspora. So you can find me care for the culture at gmail.com. My Instagram, bad-minded people recently had my Instagram shut down, but that's okay. It's just a setback
Yes,
for a comeback.
yes,
And bounce back
yes,
you
yep.
did.
Okay, so I will be bouncing
stop
back.
this
Yep,
trend.
yes, yes, exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All righty. So, Sebrena, did you want to talk about the
ball?
The ball,
Yes.
please.
So the ball is
Anybody?
I told the ladies we started in March. It was we had 4 events. Well, we what I said is we're going to have 4 events because I know we were so busy.
Right.
And then June we had Caribbean Heritage Month. We honored some women from the Caribbean. Then we had a nice, beautiful brunch. You
yeah.
beautiful ladies were all there. And so the report card time is what I call it. Report card time is December 6th. You're going to see these women, who they are, and I don't want to give away because they don't know, none of you know what I have in store. But because the goal is to not only talk about showing up, Atlanta's going to see who showed up. Atlanta's going to see who has what. Networking is in the DNA.
Yes.
There's a section there called the connection row. And we also have the media row. Well, the connection row is where you never know who you're going to make a connection with. I will deliberately have a big old table. And we'll have some banners up with our sponsors and partners and so on. And you all, and I said, walk with your card. This is not just a ball. You're coming to still what? Network. Because you don't know who is in that room.
That's true.
And who may hear something
I want to
that
connect
can
with
impact your life or vice versa. So it has to be a part of this ball.
Yeah.
So I tell the ladies, only I know what's going to go down. They don't know what's going to go down, but you got to show up,
Yep.
right? See, the thing about showing up prepares you for some unexpected things that you've been asking for. And it may derail and go someplace else. Film and entertainment, that came out of nowhere for me. Now I'm in it, I have an agent. It was not in the cards. It was not in my cards. But I took it head on, and I did the work, and I said, how do I elevate? See, anything I do, and I will say this, anything you touch, put money into in time, it should have an elevation to it. And if it makes you stagnant, you might want to put that to the side. Now, it could be the thing, but something is not working. But that don't mean you go in a corner and sulk and say I give up on it. No, because once you're breathing and living, you got something to do.
That's true.
You got something to do
Life
other
goes
than
on.
yeah.
Life
So
goes on.
December 6th, It's the big day. Again, I just said, let's have a ball, and off it went, and they roll with it.
They roll with it.
And I
Yeah.
said, we're going to have a ball. So December 6th, 6 to midnight. We're going to have Global Sisters. We have some remarks that are going to be given. Again, I'm not going to say who's giving
yeah.
remarks. And Atlanta will see the Global Sisters and the hard work and the women and the businesses that these women have, the platforms that they have, the people they serve in their communities. Again, it ain't just about a business.
Right.
It's also about a ministry.
Right.
And we all, I know, have a ministry. Right? It's just what you're doing with the ministry
Yeah.
and who you serve. So it's all about service.
Serving.
It's all about service on that day. And I guarantee you, lives will be changed. Folks gonna be probably crying because sometimes when the women get up there, stuff goes
Yeah.
and they become so authentic, they reveal. It's not a problem with revealing
Right.
because revealing can heal another person.
That's true.
Right? Because you've already gotten past your heal. Right? So
Waiting
now
for
you have
somebody
to
else.
heal.
Yep.
And that Global Sister speaks, that is what that is. The Global Sister speaks of her authenticity, of her traumas, of her trials, and all in between that has happened to her. And that's why, I don't care where you are on this continent, we as women share that one common denominator. Right? We are the first person you came in contact with when you came into this world. And some people don't understand when I say that. I'm going to say it again. We are the first that you met. And we should be respected. No matter what.
Wow.
So, come December 6th, you're going to see and hear these global sisters who are going to speak in every being of themselves.
We can drop the mic on that one. Definitely. Definitely. So what an incredible conversation.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ladies, for being here.
I finally made
So-
it on a Thursday. Because, see, I knew it was this starts because we didn't having our meeting tonight. So our meeting is next week. So we're like, let me take advantage of this Thursday and see if she can pull me in.
Well, I'm so glad you're here.
Yes.
I'm so glad you're here. So how can people get in touch with you? How
Yes.
can people become part of this global, and what's the criteria?
There's no criteria.
Okay.
You know, when I first got my first film gig, I said, "What's the criteria? What do I need?" And my friend at the time says, "You need to be alive."
Wow.
I said, "Oh," and she
Okay.
said, "You happen to be a woman between the age of 18 and 100." Oh, that's me, all
me.
right.
Yeah. And I'm alive. That's
Yeah.
me, all right. So
I would just say, come open-minded. You know, you have to meet people where they are. I'm not about to change the past. No one can.
No.
But you can improve towards the future. And so when you come as you are, you will be received as you are.
Yes.
And we have to build from where you came from.
That's
This
it.
is not about depletion and subtraction. It's about adding to what you have.
Enhancing what we
that
already
thing
have.
all the
Yep.
way out. Right? Build it out. GlobalSistersSpeaks.com. I know the site is being worked on. I also want them to find us on Facebook, Global Sisters Speak Network. You type
we'll
that
drop
in.
that in. We'll drop that in the
And
chat.
drop it in the
too.
chat?
Yes, we'll definitely drop it in the
And
chat.
one of the things I always talk about the group, the support part of this group. You know, I know we have an issue in our communities where we don't know how to give back to it and to pour into it. We have outsiders pouring into our communities. Well, I'm showing these women and they're showing me. And they're doing what we say we're going to do. You have women who will go find one sister that has a nail shop. You see Candy shaking her head. Because we be looking, and I said, please do what y'all say y'all going to do.
Right.
If you do what you say you're going to do, everybody wins. So do what you say you're going to do.
Yep.
And so we support in-house.
Don't just talk about
This
it.
got, in
Don't
here,
just talk
got
about
a lot
it,
of
do it.
stuff. Right? We support in here. So we're going to teach you how to support. We are not about telling, when you come in here and dictating to you or
Right.
anything of that nature, but you're going to see. And here's the thing. I tell people, if you don't have structure, because this is very structured, then this ain't for you. Because we're not about the distractions
Right.
and all the dysfunction. Right? So the women, they support. Wherever we can go, we go, and we post in the group.
Right.
Hey, I'm
That's
over
all
here.
that. Yeah,
You
always see that.
right?
Yes.
And that is where, that is the teachable moment in this thing right here.
Wow.
Because if a sister who doesn't know how to do that very well see that, what is it about habit? You'll learn it quick, fast.
Yes, true.
Whether it's
Quick,
good,
fast.
bad, or ugly. So this is going to teach you how this is done.
Yes.
There's a woman that posted something in our group, and she says, something, get your website, hit me up. No. So I had to jump in on that, because we don't do it like that. If you're going to post this thing, you got to post this thing. So I said, can you please post your link, a sample of the website
Right.
or website.
Want to see your work.
Your phone
What you
number
do.
and your email. You know she ain't respond yet.
No.
So delete.
Yes.
We don't do that in this group. Don't come with the I'm following and all this nonsense I see. No pun intended. But listen, if you're going to put the business out there, you put
it
the
out.
business
Right,
out there.
right.
I
It
ain't
needs to
got
be a
time for
legitimate
follow
business. Yeah.
and search and hit me up in the DMs. We're not about that. This is grown folk stuff here. We're about the business for real.
Exactly.
So you're going to do the business right, or you're not going to be
Don't
part
do
of
it.
this?
Amen. Amen. So remember, if you're ready to grow and scale your
Yeah.
business, Sebrena have a group that we are here to empower women. And also for me, I also have my other part of my business, because I'm very, big in the maternal community
Yes.
health. But for me, is that if you are serving and you have a business and you don't know how to run your business, you don't know how to create the stuff that's needed in your back end for your business, you're going to lose your business. You're going to be like an hamster on a hamster wheel, just going and going and going. Because I always say that, I always tell my clients that two things that we cannot do as a business owner and grow, and is work in our business and on our business at the same time. You have to do one or the other. And I'm here to empower women, or empower business people, because we have men too who
Yeah.
are in business that we help. That, I know, sweetie, you're always in the background, thank you. Yeah, men that we help. That for you to be able to grow and scale your business, you have to have the foundation. You have to have a team. You have to know how to delegate. But before you do that, you have to take everything out of your head. You have to have your SOPs in place. Your standard operating procedures have to be in place, because if not, you're going to frustrate your team and they're going to leave.
Yeah.
It's going to be a revolving door. So that's where we come in. We help you to build out your SOPs. We help you to build out your CRM. We do lead generation. All the things that you're not supposed to be doing as a business owner. You're supposed to be out there networking and bringing in business. So that's where we are. So
Yeah.
give us a call. Our number is 1-888-502-3540. That's 1-888-502-3540. So again, this is Rosalee Henry. We chat about the seven-figure doula whisperer. And ladies, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed this. And Miss Sebrena, you're going to have to come back.
Oh, no.
So we can talk more.
Yeah.
You know, give update on the ball and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Right?
So you can call me at 678-571-2621. That's you. Once you call, text, that will get you to the Zelle also, and any information you need about the ball. Again, December 6th. It's going to be a phenomenal day
Yes.
in Atlanta. And I'll say this, around Christmas time, I know people are doing all sorts of things. I just have to say, we're the only one doing a ball. I'm sorry. And it's going to have all kinds of people at this ball.
Right.
It's going to be a global ball. So you want to be in the room.
Yes.
I looked around. I didn't see no other balls going on.
Well, no.
So listen,
Okay, so
Friday,
no excuse.
leave work
Yeah.
early. Give yourself some time. Come in there. And let's get this ball going. It's going to be your first. And I know that you will leave
First of
completely full.
many.
And for the men watching, I think this will be a great gift for you to give your significant other.
hear that,
Okay? So let it be a date night.
You heard that? You heard that, guys?
What happened?
Yeah, date night.
We're going on a men's trip.
No. They're saying that no until they see we put that on that beautiful dress, and then,
We're going before y'all get dressed.
Are you going with him? Are you going with him on the?
He just saying that.
Don't get in trouble.
Listen, when they leave here, that conversation is null and void.
Don't listen to Rebs.
Exactly. So, thanks everyone. So
Thank you,
join us
Rosalee.
next week
Had a
for
good time.
another episode of Chat Bout with Rosalee Henry, the seven-figure doula whisperer. Again, ladies, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I'm all about empowering each other, empowering
Absolutely.
sisters, because it takes a village.
Yes.
You know,
It always comes back to that, right?
Yes.
It really, really
Yep,
does.
it's from birth.
Yeah.
It's from from
Yeah,
birth.
I
So,
think
yep.
Thank you all so much. Thank you
Yes.
again, Caribbean Life Radio, Caribbean Life TV.
Yes.
and all that you all do, and your listeners. Thank you all so much. It's our first time, wouldn't be our last. And I'm so glad that you have take the step and leaped into this space.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you are doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We
I have to
be back up
I have
here.
to shout out my sister Alderine because
Yes.
she was the one who actually
Yes.
encouraged me to
Yes.
do this.
Hey, Alderine.
She
Yes,
did.
yes,
She did.
yes.
She did. Again, it takes a village, and
Yes.
just seeing each other as as sisters, and just want to point to each other and support each other.
Don't worry,
You know,
we're gonna-
no collaborating. I always
It's-
tell people, you go in the supermarket, how many different types of bread you see
Yes.
on the shelves,
Yes.
and
They all
everyone is
serve
being
a
sold.
purpose.
So, hey, there's enough out here for everyone. We just have to bond together, encourage each other, empower each other.
Yeah. And remember what I said, all of those things have something that's significant to them. We have something that's significant to us. So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have to just keep
Yeah.
doing what we doing here.
On your
Minding
ear-
we
on-
business and drinking
yeah.
water at the
On
same
your
time.
on your first show, I heard you say it's only one of you.
That's right.
Only
That's
one of
right.
you. So
Thank you all
You're
again
welcome.
so much.
thank you so much.